I hope Will's not actually watching me do all the secret stuff.
I did come down, like, we went out of town, what was it, for Easter or something. I came down here and I heard music, and it was days after our session, and I'm like, why is my computer playing music? And I was still in Roll20. Shows you how much I use my computer anymore.
PC a lot these days. Right. It's almost like you have a bunch of kids.
Yeah, I know.
I'm in the same boat, man. I use mine for D&D. That's about it.
Different world, man. If you'd have told me there'd be a time where when I had free time, it wouldn't be playing video games,
Would have never
I'd
believed
have told you you're crazy. I couldn't even stick with Shadowlands, man. I got into it for a hot minute. I got like 3 weeks out of it and lost interest.
Same for me.
Got my dude to like 190 in eye level. Like, got a bunch of cool pets for my hunter. And then I was like, nope.
All right. Are we ready?
Yeah. Sorry, I was just rambling because I thought you were setting them up. My bad.
Yeah, I was, but I can jump into the recap. I shared it. Oops. Put it in D&D general, and I'll put it in Roll20. All right. So, last session, number 48, was, I called it Now Arriving at Argynvost Hold. And the subtitle is Spiders. Why did it have to be spiders? After the party took a moment to take in the magnificent mirage of a historic battle playing out in the fog in front of them, they determined Argynvost Hold should be their next stop. There seemed to be a connection to the ruins of that dark mansion staring at them from the cliffs. Juniper suggested they climb the cliff, but it looked to be nearly 1,000 feet above them. Alternatively, they estimated it would take 6 or 7 hours to backtrack on foot. To make the proposition of climbing more agreeable, Juniper offered to summon sizable spiders which they could mount and then ride up the cliff walls. Ah, hell no, Thoradin protested immediately. If it ain't got 4 legs, I ain't riding it, agreed Deckard. Besides, I got full Snickers here. Ragnar concurred, curtly stating, Dark elves ride spiders. Juniper was bummed out and threatened to sing the songs of her people the entire way back if they were going to take the longer route on foot. Spargle kept quiet, but seemed excited about the prospect of riding spiders, regardless of the risk or destination. Perhaps annoyed by the indecisiveness of the group, Alaric, without a word, started walking north, back up the trail they had taken to this swamp a day or two earlier. Everyone eventually fell in and followed. They were pretty sure how to get there, and after several hours of traveling along the old Svalich road, they glimpsed the outline of Argynvost Hold about a quarter mile away. They decided to rest up after a long day's travel before heading into the estate. Hey, and the pictures that I have on this thing, a lot of them are way higher resolution than what you can see. You can always like right click on them and open the image in a new tab if you really want to see the detail, because some of these are like artwork things that I find. Anyhow, Deckard spotted a perfect place to camp just a few yards into the woods, and he even managed to construct a quick stick fort to protect some of them from the elements while they slept. Alaric, not at all fatigued by the journey, agreed to take the first watch. Spargle didn't immediately sleep either, fascinated by the strange musical pipes he found in Baba Lysaga's hut. It was a typically dark, cold Barovian night, mostly uneventful until Alaric spotted a skeletal warrior riding on an emaciated horse, swinging a lightless lantern back and forth. It was moving right past their camp. Alaric leaned in to get a closer look, but a branch snapped off the tree he was hiding behind, and the skeleton shifted its gaze directly at him. It paused for a moment, empty eye sockets staring right through him, but surprisingly, it turned back and continued down the path. Spargle got a look at the creepy figure, and Alaric determined that, although the threat seemed to have moved on, there wasn't going to be any sleep for him tonight. When everyone else awoke in the morning, Alaric explained what he saw. Besides being a little unsettled, they agreed there was no immediate threat, so they approached the ruined mansion. The first thing they noticed was a massive statue of a dragon perched atop a 10-foot-high cube of granite. Despite being dawn, the estate looked pretty dark inside. Very little light seemed to peek through. Spargle grabbed 2 torches and snapped his fingers as each one blinked into flames. He handed these to Deckard and Ragnar. Ragnar, who'd been looking for this old site since arriving in Barovia, ran forward to inspect the dragon statue. They determined it was hundreds of years old. Thoradin suggested tipping it over to see if there was something beneath. Alaric focused his magical awareness on the area but didn't sense anything. So they moved forward towards the front doors. However, as the barbarian reached the top step, they suddenly heard a click from the statue. It breathed out a cone of cold air, which was fortunately entirely harmless. Alaric surmised the trap itself had lost its effectiveness over the many years it had stood there. At this point, Spargle and the others told the story of Peter Bolshevik, the revenant they had met their first day in Barovia, who had mentioned Vladimir and the Order of the Silver Dragon. They assumed this mansion was where Peter headed. Alaric approached the door and grasped the dragon knockers in his hand and banged them loudly. There was no answer. He then pulled the doors wide open, which revealed a dusty foyer full of doors and steps. Several alabaster busts of noblemen, perhaps knights, dotted the perimeter of the room. As soon as the party stepped inside, they heard a loud hiss. When they looked up, they saw a vast winged shadow float across the entryway. Spargle cast See Invisibility. Thorin used Divine Sense to see if there was anything evil nearby, but neither of them noticed anything in the immediate area. Ragnar announced, "We are looking for the Order of the Silver Dragon." His words echoed through the large chamber, but then the room fell silent again. There was no reply. Spargle and Ragnar approached a set of double doors to the south. Before opening them, they listened carefully for anything behind it. The gnome thought he maybe heard some movement in the room beyond. Meanwhile, Alaric examined a set of doors opposite of these to the north. It seemed to be quiet on that side. Thoradin suddenly needed to piss, so he went back to the front steps and relieved himself off the edge. While he was taking care of business, he noticed cobwebs covering much of the ruined part of the building to the south. As he hastily pulled his pants back up and ran towards the group, several giant spiders started clawing at the door, lunging at Ragnar and Spargle. They tried to brace the doors with all their might, but they couldn't get a solid footing in the rubble. The doors burst open and many giant spiders turned towards the group. They skittered around the room, some up into the rafters, others firing sticky webbing from their mouths. Ragnar noted that the spiders shied away from the flame of his torch, so the group leveraged that as a tactic and kept to keep these massive hairy arachnids at bay and made quick work of them. Juniper immediately picked up on this and summoned forth a fire elemental. A torrent of flames whipped around, forming into a huge humanoid figure. The elemental easily thrashed a few of the spiders. They did everything they could to keep a distance from the fearsome fire beast, which allowed Deckard to shoot at them from the ground, knocking a few out of the webbing as they splattered on the stone rubble. As the fight raged on, Thoradin made it back to the group, stammering, guys, I think we might have a spider problem." Big eyes on the monstrous spiders that were bouncing around the room and burning on the ground. Indeed, a horrific scene for the arachnophobic dwarf. Nervously, he said, "Oh, so I guess there's a bit of an infestation. Let's take care of that." He scraped Talon across his hand, drawing a bit of blood as divine light burst from the wound and struck a few of the spiders, weakening them severely. Spargle, still standing in the doorway, tossed a fireball into the room, disintegrating 2 more into a pile of ash. Alaric burst through the other set of doors, screaming in rage as the spiders, who were now pinned between a fiery behemoth elemental and a mad barbarian with bloody tendrils lashing out at them. He quickly pierced through 2 more of the spiders with his blood spear. Ragnar impaled the spider that Thoradin weakened earlier and then cut off several arms of another one with his magical blade. Juniper launched one of her pretty rocks, knocking another spider from the ceiling while her fire elemental continued to burn and bash through the others. Some of the remaining spiders attempted to flee. Deckard rolled into the room and with a loud thunk sent a large bolt through the last one, nearly killing it. Thoradin reluctantly tumbled into the room, grabbing 2 spider legs. With a grimace, he whipped both of them at the spider, knocking it down a bit through the webbing, and Spargle finished it off with a firebolt which ripped through its hairy body. The mansion was once again eerily quiet. The warmth of the fire elemental, now dubbed Flamey by Thoradin, had an odd, comforting effect as they stood there coated in spider guts and sticky webbing.
That fire elemental image is awesome.
You know what it's from?
No.
King's Bounty 2, which is coming out this fall.
Oh wow. Like a new game?
Yeah, like those Heroes of Might and Magic games. King's
No,
Bounty game.
I played King's Bounty. I didn't know
Oh,
that.
I love it. Yeah, they got a new one coming out. I hope it's good.
Oh, cool. That's really cool.
All right, so I'll take us right back to where we left off here. Standing in, so a couple things. These are 10-foot squares as a reminder. So this is a really huge mansion. I don't know if I remembered that myself last time. You may want to kind of zoom in a lot on the map when you're looking at it as we kind of crawl through things so that you can get a little better perspective and detail on things. And then again, I'd like everybody to be very accurate with your moving your tokens around where you are at any given time in this map. So if we can kind of do that a little bit.
Problem.
Otherwise, what would you like to do? You're muted, Punch. And you transported to a new room.
How big are these squares again? About?
They're 10-foot squares. That's why your tokens are. I made them like a little smaller.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, and the ruler will work. I mean, it'll show you the accurate distance.
I don't know. Where do you guys think we should go? I kind of chose a doozy with the door I went to.
Well, I think wasn't our plan to just kind of maybe like scope out the area, like just search the room for.
Did you, Alaric? Weren't you at that other door across from the main hall there?
Did I make it to the other door?
I don't know. That's what I was.
Yeah, you went up to the door and listened to it, and you were calling Deckard over.
Right. No, I know that's where I wanted to go. But then we
never
came back
opened.
here.
You didn't
Right,
open.
I didn't open it, but we came back here and fought. And I was just saying, we can do whatever. I mean, we can all do whatever we want. I just thought we were gonna now that we killed all these spiders, I thought we were gonna kind of search the area before we move to another room.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Just
Yeah,
see if there's any
let's clear the room.
valuables or information or whatever the hell we're looking for.
Okay, who's gonna be doing the most of the digging around?
I'll help
mean,
you.
Yeah, Thoradin skeeved out because they're spiders, so he's just
Ragnar's gonna go in.
I'll help. Yeah, I mean,
I'll
we
help
can
too.
split up and go in different spots if we want or something.
Right.
What is the lighting like in here? I mean, it's all the
So in that room where you're at now with the spiders, there's no ceiling or anything. It's
Okay,
all fallen in. So you've got the Barovian daylight, which is just a muted sort of dusk-looking kind of light, so you can see without any extra light.
How long does that fire elemental last?
An hour.
Oh.
Would that provide plenty of light for our blind human?
Ooh,
I didn't think of that.
what a question.
You would think.
Yeah, I would say it gives off at least torchlight, if not better.
Cool.
Yeah, and if any of you have any marshmallows,
Is that a fireplace at the end of the hall? I'm just gonna start looking in that area, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'll go look down here or whatever.
Thoradin's hanging out by the fire elemental.
Yeah, so Juniper, you can as long as you concentrate on it, it'll be good for an hour, which is quite a bit of time. I mean, that combat took 5 minutes. All right, so why don't you three, Spargle, Ragnar, Alaric, make investigation checks.
Alrighty. That's pretty good.
14 for me.
11.
Six.
So you guys look around, and I mean, you spend a good 10 minutes or so, or how long do you want to spend looking around? A couple turns.
Just until we find all the magic loot.
Yeah, I'm not super committed. I just wanted to kind of comb the area, see if I see a shiny thing or another living thing.
Or any kind of trapdoors.
Anything obvious, I guess.
Good
I would
point.
say.
Yeah. So Spargle, you see, you and Ragnar look through the fireplace, and there's nothing there. It's just completely destroyed. It's barely a fireplace anymore. You do see North of you is another door and a window that looks outside. So I can kind of clear all this because now you can kind of see the back of the building through that window.
Okay.
But you don't see anything interesting. Alaric, you over in your corner is really heavy webbing, right? It's where they built up like a nest sort of area. You see a cocoon kind of thing, something that's been webbed up. Do you want to cut it open?
How big?
A human size.
Frodo. Could be Frodo.
Mr. Frodo.
Does it look fresh or like it's been there for a year? Can I differentiate between if it's been there for 10 years or it's been there within the last month?
It's been there at least weeks, probably. It's not like wiggling around like there's somebody in it that you can save yet, but it's definitely there's a body in there. You can tell by the shape and size.
And I'm right. Yeah, fuck it. I'll start cutting it open.
All right, so you take your whatever spear, knife, or something, and you split it open, and it looks like it's pretty gaunt and decomposed at this point. It looks like it was probably a Vistani by the clothing it has on it, that bright gypsy colored like clothing. And you find about 10 electrum pieces on it, and a necklace that looks like it could be worth a little bit.
Ugh.
Okay.
It also has like a dagger on it, but the dagger doesn't even look like it's very usable and definitely not worth anything.
Fucking hippies,
Some
man.
shinies over there.
I'll grab the
Alaric?
electrum and the necklace.
Okay. But that's all you guys see in this room, and you spend about, I'll say you guys spent 5 minutes. So we got 50 minutes, or we got 50 minutes on the elemental timer left.
I'll go listen to that door, I guess. I'm a little scared.
You're talking about this door here? Yeah.
That's a window, right?
Oh, that's a window?
Yeah, the one to the east is a window, and what you're pinging up there is a door.
Okay.
I'll go with him in case anything goes wrong.
So you listen, make a perception check.
What, Dan, as far as that necklace goes, should I add that to something?
Yeah, I would just say Vistana necklace or something in your inventory.
Okay.
Sparkle, you don't hear anything. It sounds completely silent behind that door.
I look around and say, guys, should we press on? Try another door? This one doesn't. I didn't hear anything, but
That's what we're here for, lad.
all right. I guess I'll cautiously open the door.
Okay, so that door, they're big, fancy old doors, not in the greatest shape, but you're able to push it open. And you look into what looks like a really beat up like dining hall. What you see in this room is a 20-foot long table. Has sculpted dragons for legs, and it stands in the center of the hall. The chairs that surround the table have backs carved to resemble folded dragon wings, and several of the chairs have been overturned or smashed. Suspended above the table is a crystal chandelier, and it fills the room with light. It's actually
we're ripping that down.
almost like light bulbs, kind of. They're not like burning like a flame. They're just glowing. Standing in the windowed alcoves, which are in the northeast and southeast corner there, are two life-sized statues depicting knights with dragon-winged helms and shields. Rainwater trickles down through the cracks in the ceiling, flowing down the west wall and adding to like a big puddle on the floor. 5 sets of wooden doors, so the ones you came through, I think you can see them all. 5 sets of wooden doors. These which are open, these, and then another one to the north lead to this hall. The doors in the northeast corner hang open. What? I don't know why it says that. I'm going to redact that. I don't know what it means. The northwest corner, I think it's supposed to say.
Yeah, because there's nothing in the northeast. It's that
Right,
statue.
there's a statue in the northeast, yeah. A pair of leaded glass doors, their panes cracked and broken, stand open between panels of stained glass set to the east wall. These panels depict silver dragons in flight. So the doors that are sort of open and it's a little bit dark beyond there, and you're about 30 feet away, those look real. They have all kinds of fancy like stained glass around them, depicting like these dragons and knights and stuff.
I'm a little cautious. Is there anything on the floor that looks like it could be another pressure plate or anything? I just see those statues and think about what came out of the last one. And
yeah, you can investigate any square you want.
I'm just looking for the area. I was going to step in, but I'm like trying to investigate as I step in, if that makes sense. Like
Yeah, I mean, you're looking at the square right in front of you?
Yeah, like before I go in.
Yeah, sure. Make another investigation check.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, you take your staff and kind of like poke around or whatever, and you're pretty sure it's solid ground. It's wet from all the rain that's coming into the room. There's debris around, broken up furniture and crap like that, but the ground's solid.
Okay. And is there anything interesting about this statue that I'm kind of standing by? Like anything unusual?
They're not unusual. They look like statues. They look very intricately detailed, very lifelike, like a Michelangelo kind of statue. I mean, just very, very realistic looking. But at this point, you kind of you might guess that they're like supposed to depict these Knights of the Silver Dragon or Order of the Silver Dragon Knights. What about the rest of you in the spider room? What are you guys doing right now?
I'm gonna. I mean, I guess I don't know if how this is all going down, but I would start making my way back out and towards that door I originally went to. I mean, I know that's probably a far way for me to go, but whatever. I'm out in the main.
I mean, it's it's not super far. It's things are. Let's see. I mean, it's like 65 feet away, so it only takes you a few seconds to get.
Pickard follows Alaric.
All right. And then Juniper, is your fire, am I assuming you're kind of fire elementals? You're commanding it to just follow you around at this point?
Yeah, I'm having it kind of trail me.
Okay.
I kind of poke my head back out. Are you guys, if I see they're going somewhere else, I'm going to kind of tail after them. I don't feel like.
Yep. I'm cool with you guys moving yourselves around, as we talk here, as long as you obviously don't move into, the fog of war anywhere that you haven't, unveiled yet. So feel free to just kind of, all of you, move yourselves wherever you're at, like right now, and then we'll continue.
That's
I'm
a
gonna
door.
walk over here.
Okay.
Is there a window over here or just a door?
So you get a little bit closer, and the light that kind of casts from this chandelier above you, let's see. Get a measurement of how far away you are. What kind of vision do you have, Ragnar?
I think I have dark vision.
I think so too.
Yeah, 60 feet dark vision.
60 feet?
Yep.
Okay. So you can see into that room, and you can tell that it's real dark in there, but you're able to see with your like sort of outline-like vision. It's a misty kind of room that looks like it's a big chapel.
kind of want to go in, but I don't want to go without the rest of the group.
I know, I'm with you. I feel like I don't want to be split up. We could always come back.
Split the party.
Always makes for an exciting session.
That's when the fun happens. I mean, come on.
Yep. I'm here for a good time, not a long time. I've been telling you that for years.
Amen, brother.
All right, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna check this door out.
All right, I'll go back up.
Okay, so you two are going to go into that room.
I would say I am very curious just from the chandelier above us though. Do I have any kind of idea does it seem to be magically, or is this you know what I mean? Is there any kind of source that it might be drawing from?
It has it's like a crystal chandelier, and the crystals themselves are glowing without any other anything connected to them, even really.
Is it way far off I mean, I'm a short dude, so is it way out of my reach, I assume, or not?
Yeah, this is the ceiling's about I think 20 feet tall or pretty high in this room, and it's probably 10 or 12 feet above the table.
It's about 9 feet above me.
Right.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna push on this door. I think very gently.
Okay. The door creaks open to reveal
Oh, Jesus Christ!
you see cracked wooden pillars supporting a wooden U-shaped balcony. So the ceiling goes way up, 2 floors up in here. That's like this goes up to the 2nd floor or even 3rd maybe. That overhangs this stone-walled chapel. Narrow archways lead to spiral staircases, which you can't see, but you can see the bottom of the steps kind of from where you're at, like right here, and here. I just revealed those a little bit. And a door set into the north wall has a wooden beam barring it. So you see over here, this door has a beam on this side, like just one of those just wooden beams across to keep it shut.
Oh,
At the end of the chapel rests a stone altar flanked by iron candelabras. The altar is carved with a rising sun bas-relief. Tall, arching windows set with panels of stained glass decorate the walls behind the altar. One of the windows has been shattered, covering the chapel floor with shards of colored glass and allowing thick fog to enter and fill the room. Through the fog, you see 3 armored figures kneeling before the altar. And I would like you and Spargle to make stealth checks. Wow.
Dan just rolled triple natural 20s. I heard it.
A 12, a 2, and a 9. So the figures that are kneeling over, they seem very still, and they don't. Even though you've pushed that door open and looked in, they don't look up or seem to respond that you're in the doorway.
So you said that what kind of regalia are they wearing?
It looks like you don't get a good, you're a little bit far away to get a detailed look at them, but they have like capes and armor. It kind of looks like some of the attire that was on the statues in the room prior. And, but really like beat up and a little like disheveled and missing pieces and stuff like that.
So they could be it's similar to what we've already seen here. Okay. Spargle, what do you think we should do here? You're muted.
Sorry. Was it similar to what we saw on the horse, or is it similar to what I was wondering if the horse? You remember if I was?
Yeah, you
wondering if it
didn't
looked
get
like
it.
Peter at
You
all.
don't have a good enough look at either one, honestly. The horse was a little too far away from you,
Okay.
and these two for you. What's your vision?
Saying I'm
Dark vision. Also? I forget.
yeah, I have dark vision, but I'm not sure to what distance.
60 feet. So you're seeing kind of the same thing. Not a ton of detail. I would say Alaric described the rider outside as more skeletal-like in bones, and these look more substantial, like they have some mass on them.
All right, so Ragnar's going to kind of back away slowly, like the Kool-Aid guy, and motion for Spargle to come with over here.
Okay. As I'm going there, I give like the to Juniper and Thoradin.
Yeah, keep flaming quiet. So Spargle, do you think we should engage with these statue-looking things?
I almost think we should. I mean, we're supposed to be finding. It's not Vladimir. What the heck was it?
We're looking for the Order of the Silver Dragon.
Yeah, we're supposed to find that when we saw that when we first came to this land, we saw that revenant, and he said he was the Order of the Silver Dragon, and he said to seek Vladimir in here, basically. So
I think we're here to engage these people.
yeah,
So I think we get the rest of the group, and one of us will try to talk to them.
that makes sense. I just think it's a good idea for us to be together when we do that. So if it doesn't go well, we're ready.
I motion to Juniper to get the other two's attention.
Well, let's jump over there before that happens. So Alaric and Deckard, what have you been doing in the meantime?
I mean, I've definitely made it to this door and thought about opening it.
Okay. You want to push it open?
Yeah, definitely, because I've already scoped it up before, so yes, I would open it.
Okay. All right. And Deckard's right behind you. You guys pop that door open, and you see what looks like a wood-paneled den. Okay, like a study or a den. It's been ransacked. Its furnishings are all like tossed about. A cold, dark hearth dominates the west wall between two narrow windows. Standing upright against the north wall, so this structure here, that thing, is a sarcophagus made of black wood with a queen's effigy carved into its lid.
So it's like an upright coffin?
Yep.
Yeah.
Crack it open,
I'd
lads.
like to check that out for sure.
Crack it right
Actually,
open.
You know what? I'm sorry. Before I do that, I probably would go up to the door. The door here, this doorway here, is intact.
Yep.
Closed.
It's closed. Yep.
Whatever it's gonna teach me, I'd like to go up and kind of maybe put an ear on it. If it's like open, maybe crack it and peek. It just depends what I hear, maybe.
Deckard is like got his heavy crossbow up like he's clearing rooms in Fallujah.
Okay, so Alaric, as you walk over to the other door, you get closer to that sarcophagus, and you can tell that it's standing upright, and it's been converted into like a wine rack. Like it has some glasses and broken glasses.
Oh,
and
is it open?
Yeah, it's open, and it's.
Oh, I'm sorry, I missed that.
And it just looks like somebody used it to become like a wine sort of bar.
Okay.
That's not compliant.
You get
ideas here. Should go on Pinterest.
Turn your great grandparents' sarcophagus into a wine rack.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's going to be all over Pinterest.
Deckard, as you walk over and you stand as you walk by the fire, as soon as you're in front of it, a fire erupts in the dead hearth, just pops on. And it suddenly assumes a draconic form. So this little dragon-looking fire thing in the fireplace. and it looks at you and it starts hissing and it crackles and it like unfurls these smoky wings.
And Deckard,
I clearly hear this and see this.
Yeah, you hear it, and I don't know, Deckard, if you have any sort of reaction to that, he probably hears your reaction.
Deckard it's like turns and what in the Sam Hill is going on? What the hell is
What
this?
tarnation?
What in tarnation? It's the
Yeah.
fire. I say, Lark, it's the fire. The fire's up.
It's the fire.
It's
I
fire.
mean, I guess at this point, I don't know how it's all happening, but I probably would have turned around and grabbed a weapon.
Okay. And it kind of it's moving its head back and forth, and it kind of pulls its head back and looks towards you, Lark.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys want to do?
I don't.
I look at him like, what?
You mean so it's just standing there and he's just looking at us?
Yeah, it's just kind of like rearing its head back a little bit and kind of putting its wings out, and it's like opens its mouth.
Deckard just looks at him and goes, "Hey, man, how's it going?
Hi, man.
You do.
Are you gonna hurt us, or are you gonna?
What you got a lot, brother?
We're looking for Vladimir."
So you don't do anything threatening to it or attack it or at this point?
No.
Sorry.
I
For
don't.
me, I'm just like still trying to figure out what the hell's going on and why Will's talking to the fire. I'll probably just like have my hand reaching for a weapon. I don't know. I guess I'm just if Deckard starts talking, I'm just kind of like wide-eyed looking back and forth at both of them to see what happens. Ready.
I guess, does this thing seem hostile to me?
Yeah, I'm not trying to meta, but you didn't make us roll initiative, so I'm trying to figure out what I'm supposed to do.
Does this thing
It
seem
sounds
like it is
scary,
about...
but I mean,
We'll make an insight check.
He's gonna punish you for that comment.
Will or me?
No, Dan's gonna. Yeah, he's gonna punish you for that comment. Thinking too much into this
who's rolling
shit.
Insight, me or Will?
Insight?
Will.
6.
All right, roll initiative.
You're not sure. I mean, it's got its mouth open. It could be ready to talk or blow fire at you. Is what it could be 50-50 in your mind.
This thing probably doesn't speak common. This is not gonna talk to me.
I can speak
would-
Goblin, lads.
I'd probably start backing away.
Yeah, I
would.
definitely
If it's-
start backing towards the door.
Yeah, I mean, if it's not like swinging at me and shooting fireballs at me, and it's just like chilling there, I'd probably back up a little bit. Like I would just start moving like 5 feet, 10 feet, whatever, backing up.
Yep. Go ahead, Deckard. You doing the same?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you guys back up a little bit. You pause for a moment. You don't attack this thing, and so it hisses as it addresses you, and it says, "My knights have fallen into darkness. Save them if you can. Show them the light they have lost. Some have lost their mind and will not be reasonable, but others you may be able to help." And with that, the fire burns out.
So happy I didn't shoot that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we generally don't shoot stuff, right off the bat. Some people do. We don't do that.
Real quick, Dan, can you? I want to write this down. Can you say that again?
I kind of ad-libbed it a little bit, but then my knights have fallen into darkness. Save them if you can. Show them the light they have lost. It says some of them are beyond reason, but others can still be saved.
And then he disappears.
And then it just poofs back out. A little bit of Like the smoke goes up the chimney, and then the hearth goes back to what it looked like before.
Where in the hell are we, Alark?
I don't know, man. That was pretty unexpected.
We're a long way from Red Cloaks, man. It's getting weird.
Yeah, that was way easier. This is terrifying. All right, so this sarcophagus, it's full of wine.
Is it the grape mash or the?
It's got shattered wine glasses and decanters, but there's no wine. It's just a bunch of broken up old
So it's
stuff.
not about grabbing a bottle of wine and drinking it, but I'm not gonna do that.
Oh yeah, you'll get sick.
Nah, I don't care. I'm gonna move back over to this door.
Okay. It is just slightly cracked open, so you could just push it open if you want.
Yeah, I would push it open.
Okay.
On the ready.
All right. So you open that room and you see a parlor. Tattered velvet drapes cover the tall, slender windows that enclose this parlor. So you see all the 5 windows around the room, kind of in that circle. The furnishings are covered with dust and cobwebs and lie in disarray. A damaged brass chandelier hangs from the ceiling, which is covered with a faded mural that depicts metallic dragons and colorful birds flying beneath white clouds.
It look like nobody's been in this room for quite some time.
Yeah.
This is the door here.
Yep.
And I guess
I'm inspecting this fireplace, like wondering where the hell this dude went.
Okay.
you just stick your head up there and go, Santa? Was that you?
Santa, was that you?
Make an investigation check.
That was El Diablo. Investigation. Woo! Bringing the rolls tonight.
Boy.
1.
That's what's up. So does he actually say the Santa thing? That'd be great.
Santa!
Santa, was that you? I thought you were real.
Why are you hanging out here?
Yeah.
Santa!
Go back to the
Santa's
North Pole.
You look up. You stick your head in there, and you're looking around, and you don't see anything that makes any sense of why this fire dragon, where it would have came from or where it went. But as you look up, a whole big clump of soot and burnt
Carcinogens?
shit. Yeah, whatever that stuff is, that creosote or whatever that.
Creosote, yeah, not good.
It comes down and hits you in the face and gets mud in your eye.
And Deckard starts developing COPD and lung cancer simultaneously.
Yeah, I got mesothelioma. I know.
Peruvian ash is very, very dangerous.
Peruvian style.
Well, I wipe it from my eyes, and then I give myself a little bit of eye black.
Oh my god! Yes.
To cut down on the sun here in Barovia.
Yeah.
Make it even darker.
All right, so Alaric, you don't see anything. This room just looks wrecked.
I would creep through that next door then. I mean, if I just glance and it's just a bunch of rubble, I'd head towards the next door.
Okay. At this point, I'll say we're back with the rest of the group. What were you guys planning to do now? Go get the others, or what was your plan?
I think we got to round them up.
I poke my head out into the main room. I'm like, where's everybody else? They missed the firework display in the hearth.
I'll just yell over. You guys should come over here really quick.
All right. Well, we there was a fire thing back here. We don't know where it went though. I'll come that way. What's
All
up,
right.
fellas?
Can
So
those statues be moved?
They're pretty big stone statues. You want to try to slide it or shift it or something?
Yeah, because what kind of it's stone? You said.
Yeah. Yep. Make a strength check.
Strength? Okay. 9.
Yeah, you try to move it, but it just won't budge.
Well, there you go.
So I'm gonna tell Deckard what we saw in the other room.
All
So
right.
Deckard, we saw some what looks like statues, but they seem to be alive in the other room.
What were they wearing? What they look like?
It's hard to tell, but they look like they might be similar to the busts we saw in the main hall. I'm thinking we should talk to them, but try to engage them, but we should maybe be at full strength.
Well, Alaric and I just met a friendly fire elemental that told us that we should save his warriors or something. Like they've hang on, let me go to my notes here.
Oh, you're not
Hey,
making
Dick.
fucking sense, Deckard.
They do.
Yeah.
These in the main floor. This is like a main staircase up to a landing, and then these go further up to the left and right.
Yeah, and then there's a balcony around that big room. Like when you looked up, you could tell that the stairs kind of go up to the landing, and then they go up to the balcony that goes around that room, and presumably the second floor of the mansion.
Okay.
But it's open. The foyer is real tall. It's two floors tall. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I tell them all about the fire elemental. There was a fire elemental that appeared in the fireplace, and it told. I thought it was going to attack us, but it told us that his knights have fallen into darkness, and we need to save him if we can.
Wait, did it look like my fire elemental?
Deckard looks like up to heaven, and he's like, Dan, did they look like...
No, wasn't it a lot smaller?
Yeah, and it was like in a dragon form, not like a fire elemental like human thing. So it was like
Like a little dragon ember.
Oh, a dragon. It's almost like there's a theme here, guys, with dragons, and it's decorating, and then now the elemental.
So Thoradin backhands Juniper when she's sitting. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
So,
Awful.
so did it say
HR shows up.
Did it
It
say
did
how we're
say-
supposed to save him, Deckard?
I don't know. It did say show them the light that they've lost. I don't know if that means anything, but
Show
it
them
said
the
also
light.
some of them can't be saved. But
So when you say light, Thoradin, his eyes bug out, and he says, "Light! They mentioned the light around here, lads. What did they say?"
Did you also say that they may not be saved, some of them?
he said some of them. He said some are beyond reason, but others can be saved. So some of them not be able to be saved. But I think it has something to do with showing them the light. Maybe Hopemander can show the way.
light.
Thoradin, can you call on your god
Aye,
to pierce through this dark, misty land?
aye. These creatures may be familiar with my magics. I'd be more than happy to show them what I know.
I think we gotta go engage them.
Yeah, it sounds like they may. Some of them may be.
We might have some allies in this land.
Yeah, some of them may be receptive, and some may not, based off what he said about some of them may not be. Able to
Somebody
save.
go get the half orc.
I go back and I peek my head in the room where Alaric is, and I'm like, hey man, Thoradin shit his pants again. He needs you to come wipe his ass. No, I'm just kidding. We're going to this other room. There's some guys we're gonna meet.
So is that so?
Some guys we're
so
gonna
do you-
meet.
Is that actually what you say, or do you tell me everything that I've missed?
Say that again.
So is that actually what you say, or do you like kind of explain to me everything that they've told you
Yeah, I mean,
without going
Yeah,
into
hey-
all of it?
right. Yeah, like, hey, there's these. Yeah, there's a couple
Okay.
figures that we can't quite make out in this other room. We're gonna go check it out.
Thoradin did shit his pants, though.
But before you walked away, Alaric, you did push that door open, and I've uncovered what you see there, which is a set of stairs down, and then a set of stairs back up the other side, like a hallway kind of like you could see this, some like about 8 steps down to a landing, and then 8 steps up to the other side, and there was a door on the other side. I just wanted to give you that since you told me you did that.
Okay.
Um,
So Deckard told me everything. They want to go confront these whatever they saw here, these knights.
Thornton, let's show them the light.
Absolutely.
As me and Deckard walk back, I guess I'm gonna make my way towards the stairs, and I'm gonna yell to Deckard and say, "I'm not down to do that. Tell everybody I'll meet him upstairs."
Deckard's like, Deckard does like he like walks this way and stops, but then walks back this way and stops, like he doesn't know what he's gonna do, and then he like walks over here. He's like, "Hey, Alaric is going downstairs.
Upstairs.
Upstairs. He went up the stairs in the main hall here. You guys here? I'm gonna hang back here. You guys go in and talk to these things. If stuff goes down, I'll run and get Alaric so that we can fight him."
I don't like the idea of splitting up, but I guess it's too late.
I'm not trying to like be super crazy or anything here. It's just that if I heard everything that was said, the way I'm looking at it is we walked into a room with some things that we might be fighting. We don't even know yet. And we didn't alarm them, and we were able to get out of the room. So I'm like, let's just keep exploring. So just so you know, if Deckard told Alaric everything that he heard, that's why Alaric's doing what he's doing. He just wants to explore more before we start fighting shit that we might not have to.
I like it.
So that's all.
Deckard will be the messenger here.
And I don't want everybody to know that and think that you should come do what I'm doing. I'm just saying, that's how I think Alaric would handle the situation.
Yeah, that's fair.
Cool. Well, I come in. Deckard just settles right here near the table, like peeking in, like, "Hey, I can fire arrows if we get into trouble, and I can also run and get Alaric. So why don't you guys approach those things?"
How do you think we should approach this? Is there something that you can do that's kind of like light and divine, or hocus pocus?
Maybe a divine aura.
I mean, I could try laying on hands one of them. It might burn a little bit because they're evidence, but...
Can you cast light? Cast light?
I mean, cure wounds would be...
Maybe you should try talking to them before you try touching them. Not everybody likes to be touched.
I agree. I think we should go in and announce our presence.
Okay.
With Spargle having a fireball queued up in case.
Alaric, can you make a perception check?
Oh,
Absolutely.
wait, I got an idea. Okay.
24.
You got a what?
24. I see everything.
He sees the whole map.
Okay. I got an idea.
He sees the past and the future.
Dan. All right. I say to everyone. All right. I have an idea, and I cast illusion, and in my hand, I'm like, let's talk to him. But in my hand, I'm going to like cast an illusion of as close as I can, like to that, like a silver dragon, like to kind of like depict the one out front. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yep.
I like that.
All right. Should I say something, or do you want to say something, Ragnar? You're our historian, but do you want me to? Who wants to initiate? I just thought maybe that'll be something that they would.
I don't mind walking in.
I'll walk in with you, and I'll hold that like thing aloft. Actually,
I'll walk right here and say, "We're looking for the Order of the Silver Dragon."
Where am I? I'm gonna go right by you.
And then when are you casting this illusion? Prior to that, and you're moving.
I was gonna have it like like just kind of holding it up.
like a parade float.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the others go ahead and move yourself around. So, Ragnar, as soon as you start speaking, these three figures all rise up and spin around. I wouldn't say they look startled, but they just look whatever. They just look right at you. And I'll share. Basically, they all
Oh fuck!
Oh, good.
kind of look like something like this.
No,
Oh.
these are my people. Okay, I know these people quite well. I can
Right.
reason with them.
They spin around, and the one in the front looks up at the illusion, and its face turns to a scowl. The other two one starts screaming, "Who are you? Why are you here?" The one to the left or the south says, "Get out of here! You don't belong!" And they draw long swords and start charging at you with this crazed look on their faces. So I need everybody to roll initiative.
Oh,
Can I just yell something as they start to charge?
Yeah.
I'll just say, "We were sent by Peter. We seek Vladimir."
And we're enemies of Strahd.
Yeah.
And we didn't touch you.
and the CDC can save you.
Maybe you should talk to them before you touch them. Some people don't like that.
They go ahead and make a persuasion check.
Just for future reference, Amber, I'm okay with it.
Who's doing the persuasion? Spark.
Sparkle.
Come on, baby.
Oh, wait,
Is that an 18?
That's not.
That's oh.
Well, that little dragon thing really worked well.
Did
Yeah,
you
I mean,
make
it was a good
a
idea.
persuasion check, Sparkle?
What?
Did you make a persuasion check?
Oh, I'm sorry. I missed that. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine.
I didn't hear you say that. A 13.
Okay, I mean that's not bad.
They just the one they almost like they're finishing each other's sentences almost, but the one's like lies. The next one says I can smell the agents of Strahd on them.
Oh.
Don't believe their trickery. Drive them out of here. They're kind of screaming stuff like that as they charge forward.
Ragnar screams, "We killed Baba Lasada."
They don't care, lad. They don't care. They're undead. They need to be put to rest finally.
Thornton, did you roll initiative?
Oh no, but I got you. 16.
I need to roll.
16?
I got an 8.
Oh,
That's a
I
hit.
rolled a 25.
Did I need to, or
Yeah, go ahead. You can roll initiative
Okay.
too.
I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Thornton, you rolled a 16.
Oh, sorry. I didn't roll. Oh, never mind. I have advantage, so
Oh.
can I? If I get 2 crits, do I just get to fly forever?
Yes.
I'm rolling.
That's how it works.
That's close. Oh, will crit is initiative too. That doesn't really do anything for initiative, does it?
No,
I didn't think so.
it's a waste of a crit.
It's such a shame.
You hate to see it.
I hate to say it.
So yeah, they don't seem to be at all able to be reasoned with at this point.
Some people just want to watch the world burn.
I know a guy.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I think I might know him as
Leave
well.
us.
So he had a call.